Hey there, friends. Foster the Canadian here, and today I've got something very special. With me is the artist of many of my thumbnails, and let's just jump right into this. I figured I'd let you guys get to know the person who's behind a lot of this art, and yeah, without any further delay, what's up? How are you?
Hi, my name's Skitty Vasquez, and I do lots of the art for Foster's thumbnails on his YouTube channel.
Yep,
And I've been doing pretty good.
wonderful. All right, now a lot of people contact me about the art, so I figured that it would be pretty cool if I let them get to know you a little bit. So, my first question to you is, how long ago did you start drawing?
Oh, it's been a long time. I definitely started getting into art probably at about sixth grade. I'm in going into 11th grade now. I'm still in school. Yay. Um, so that's what, like a long time.
Yes, a very long time.
Um, but I've been drawing all my life. I mean, lots of people just doodle and scribble, especially as like children and stuff. I just sort of kept that up. Um, and like by seventh and eighth grade, I realized that this is definitely something that I'd like to continue improving in. And I started finding like different mediums and following different artists, like with the power of the internet, and just sort of getting more information about how art worked in the world.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, thinking back to what I was doing back in like sixth grade, I think I was just sort of goofing around in class. I wasn't really thinking about. It would be great if back then I could be like doing Let's Play commentaries in the middle of class. That would be the way to go.
Yeah.
But in fact, it was something that's funny, not to go too far off track here, is I remember a teacher who caught me playing Pokemon in class one day and flipped out on me, made a scene, and said that there's no way I would ever make money playing video games. So, yeah, take that, teacher. But let's move on to more about what you do. What's the process like for the thumbnails in particular that you've made for me?
Well, so those are sort of a different style for me, I guess, of
Yeah.
working. And that normally when I have an idea for like a drawing or something, I'll do really quick sketches and sort of not worry about getting it perfect.
Yeah, well, they're fantastic. And one of the things that I really look forward to is if you look back at the first thumbnails that you made for me, they were fantastic, but every thumbnail that you've made subsequently after those first ones have just gotten better, and
Oh.
it's to a point where I feel so much pride when I'm able to upload a series that uses your thumbnails. I get so excited because I love the art. The style that you do is fantastic. It's pretty much exactly what I was looking for. And when I'm able to actually upload a video with that thumbnail, I get a little bit excited because I know that people like them and that it actually does do the video a good service too. Because when people are searching in the search engines, they're looking for thumbnails that are more professional and not just thrown together. And I think that does a great deal for my videos. And I thank you for that.
Yeah. Thank you. It's amazing to hear that. I always worry about like if I'm progressing or not as an artist, and that's why lots of times I'm not sure how to explain it. Not exactly isolate myself, but just like really, I'll have those days or weeks or months where I just want to do art and I just want to focus on getting better. And so hearing that pay off is really amazing for me. So
Yeah,
thank you.
well, I mean, it's really fantastic some of the stuff you do. Right now, I actually have my desktop background, the Feed the Beast thumbnail that you made. That's
Yes.
I think my personal favorite, just because I like that it took something from the video and made the thumbnail just that much better. You know, the little guy chasing me with the sword and everything. But is there anything in particular that you enjoy drawing more than others? Not necessarily as far as the thumbnails go or what the work you've done for me, but anything in general that you enjoy drawing.
Well, I usually just like warm up with different scribbles, and depending on like how I'm feeling that day or what is interesting me at the current time, I'll draw like characters from TV shows or cartoons or whatever. And then sometimes like if I'm feeling like I want to design something of my own, I'll just like draw different people that I like haven't seen before in cartoons and stuff and just sort of give them personalities and see what I can do with that. But I mean, recently I've been really into the TF2 scene, working with all the artists there, and I've really enjoyed it, and I think it's a great community.
Well, that's fantastic. One thing that I've sort of been curious about is what do you use to actually create the art? Do you sketch it out and
Oh.
scan it, or do you have a tablet?
I normally use Photoshop CS6, but recently I've been having to work on Fire Alpaca as my Photoshop is not working very well. What I do is I usually just start out with a sketch in the drawing program. And I do have a tablet. Yes, it's a Wacom Bamboo. It's about like 4 years old now, so I'm due for a new one. But I usually just start the sketch in the program and keep building off of that. And sometimes it's difficult because then I have to like really decide if this is how I want the sketch to go or move from how I originally had it. But it's a like working on digital mediums is very good for me because on sketchbooks or on paper or anything, I feel like I have to stick with exactly what I planned. Whereas on a digital medium, I can sort of noodle around with it and figure out what I like and then get like the best product.
That's cool.
hmm
Now, are you much of a gamer? Do you play games a lot?
Um, I mean, I guess I'm not. I have lots of close friends that are like constantly on their computers playing video games, but I mean, I definitely have played video games like ever since I was probably like 9 or 10 when I'd like play on the Nintendo 64 with my cousins, and I was super into Pokemon. I still am. I love the art and the designs. But recently I've been getting more into PC gaming, whereas before I was just on a console. So, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm a gamer, I guess, but not very conventional. I like indie games a lot more.
That's pretty cool. Does that play much role in your creative process when you're drawing? Do you draw a
Oh,
lot of inspiration from the indie games? Because I know that there are a lot that use art as a way to
mm,
drive the gameplay. Does that play a role
definitely.
at all?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's probably the reason why I play lots of indie games that are like more aesthetically pleasing than like first person shooters or stuff. Not that first person shooters are bad in any way. It's just they're not as artistic as I
Yeah,
prefer them. But I definitely think that video games in my life really are more than just for passing time. I really take a lot of inspiration from different video games and different platforms. And in fact, I've been looking into like game development and creating art for that. And I've been doing animation for probably like 3 years now. So that's really cool. And also recently, I was commissioned by another person to make a couple video game sprites for his video game that he was programming.
that's
And
awesome.
yeah, so I'm pretty excited to see where that goes because, I mean, he's pretty young and he's a new game developer, so I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but I hope to hear from him soon. It's exciting.
That's really cool. Is that something that you would like to do in the future? Is maybe art designer or something along those lines?
I really enjoy being able to sort of create my own characters and see what I can do with like that sort of video game style that people look for nowadays and like with 2D graphics and sort of the retro pixeling and all that sort of stuff. And I really enjoy being inspired by that and working in that style.
Cool. Well, a lot of the time when I commission you to do a thumbnail, I say this is the vague idea of what I want, and then let you go do whatever you want with the creative process. Is that something that you prefer, or would you rather something a little more strict? Is it easier to draw when there's a lot of freedom, or is it easier to draw when you have the exact idea of what you need to make?
Um, I think it's a lot easier to draw with more freedom because it's nice being able to include what I feel matches the mood. Before, when I was doing commissions, I had a commissioner who would tell me every single little detail that they wanted in their commission, and it made it really difficult for me because I felt like I couldn't be inspired in any way to make the piece. It was more of just like they had an idea and they wanted like a printout version directly from their brain rather than like my interpretation of what they wanted. So I really enjoy working with like a lot more freedom in my commissions and my pieces, because it bases it more off of my interpretations of whatever I'm drawing and like the creative process.
That's fantastic. And I think one of the funniest things that I ever got you to commission was the Fable thumbnail, me kicking the chicken.
That one was really fun.
That one, I got a lot of real great comments off that, and I'm going to be putting up all the different thumbnails that you've commissioned for me over the time into this video so they get a good idea. But where else can people find more of your art online?
Well, I do have a blog. I have a Tumblr blog, and that's darkskittypower.tumblr.com, of course.
All right, link will be in the description.
Okay. And my drawing tag is usually always where I put any of my art that I put online. I used to use DeviantArt, but I don't anymore because of like copyright issues that I did not agree with. And I also have a Redbubble shop. I'm not sure what the link for that is, but I can send you a link afterwards if you want to include that.
All the links will be included in the description once I get those going.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so I wanted to thank you for taking time out to do this, and go check out the links down below. And until next time, this is Foster the Canadian, and I gotta stop pointing without... I always do this in all my videos.
And Skitty Vasquez.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you so much.
Yep. So yeah, until next time, this is Foster the Canadian saying see ya.